Nee, wil je even kijken? Ja. Zie, wil je hier even kijken? Ja.
Yeah, you can wait here. Joel is gonna start and he's gonna go to the meeting point. He will show you the time and then you will be free. And then he's gonna come back.
How are you doing? Enjoying the tour? Yes. Good. Welcome to the cheese factory here in Volendam. My name is Gijs. I'll explain to you how we make the famous Gouda cheese here in the factory. So, of course, this process starts with milk. We add about 200 liters in this machine where we heat it up until 30 degrees Celsius. It's a very important temperature for this liquid that we add. It's called rennet. Rennet will make the milk thick, so it turns into a pudding. Once we have thick milk, we start to cut it. So we take two knives and they cut through the thick milk for 30 minutes until we're left with two parts. We have a 90% liquid part which is called whey and a 10% solid part which is called the curds. And from the curds we make cheese. Yes. But the whey is very healthy. It has a lot of vitamins, it has a lot of protein, and that's why we feed it back to the animals. You can of course also drink it yourself actually. They say because it has a lot of vitamins and protein is that it's very good for your skin. So we have a saying here that if you drink 1 glass of the whey per day, it will keep your wrinkles away. Yes. So of course, I started to drink the whey myself. It's disgusting. But I am 64 years old. So you can see what it does for me. Only the curds will go into these molds together with a little stamp tells us where the cheese is made. These molds filled with curds, they will go underneath the pressing machine for a couple hours till all the liquid is out. And we only have the cheese. But the cheeses don't have flavor yet, of course, so we put them over there in a salt bath for 24 hours. It gives them a better flavor, but also protects them from drying out. Because after laying a day in the salt bath, they'll go inside of the fridge for 4 weeks. And after 4 weeks, you can finally eat the cheese. You have a young, fresh Gouda cheese. And that is of course a young cheese. You can also let it later for a longer amount of time, like 6 months and it's mature. Or like this one, the oldest one we have, 3 years old. And when a Dutch cheese becomes old, it gets a little more flavor, it gets salty and strong. It's very good for wine, for example. But also, once a Dutch cheese gets old, it will also get really, really hard. Therefore, this cheese is also the reason why you should be afraid of Dutch women. Next to young and old cheese, we also have the Gouda with flavors like pesto or garlic, for example. They're made the exact same way, but you add the herbs to the curds at the beginning, and then you have a flavored cheese. All of these ones, the smaller colorful ones, are also vegetarian cheeses. They're not made with the animal-based rennet, they're made with a plant-based rennet, which makes them vegetarian. So if you're a vegetarian, only the smaller colorful ones will do. Now, because the cheese is specially waxed and sealed, it means you can travel with it anywhere in the world, except for the United Kingdom. You have a temporary ban, everybody else is fine. And you can keep it outside of the fridge for 3 weeks. So you're still traveling, you don't have a fridge, 3 weeks is fine. If you keep it closed.
Green.
Tourism tickets can go downstairs. Green bracelets can go downstairs, please. Thank you.